請注意，國泰航空公司 CX705 號班機及曼谷航空公司 PG4550 號班機。
Yeah, we out here in Hong Kong.
現在作最後召集。
Day 1 of my 2-week trip in Japan and Singapore.
多謝你選擇。
Keep that boys tuned. Yo, we out here in Singapore. Just landed on our tour bus right now. We got a pretty funny tour, guys.
Wind, abundant rainfall. One word to describe Singapore's weather: unpredictable. So right now we are entering the inter-monsoon period, which means
As soon as we get to the hotel, I'm gonna make a beat.
And when it rains,
More than likely, or probably spit some
when you
bars.
go out, my suggestion is bring along your trolley. If you have got your rain gear, like poncho, raincoat, bring along because there's okay. At 200 meters above ground, right at the center, you have the longest infinity pool in the world. But of course, that is only for hotel guests. Huh? Still looking to your left, you will see two buildings that look like the back of dinosaurs. That is known as Gardens by the Bay. See the big observation wheel? Pretty similar to the London Eye, but it's bigger than the London Eye by 30 meters. So that's 165 meters. Okay, the two glass buildings, like I said, that looks like the back of dinosaur, that is Gardens by the Bay. The one closest to us got into the Guinness Book of World Record as the largest colorless glass greenhouse in the world. Durian is another one. That's the Esplanade Theatres on the bay. The body of water here, this is our only reservoir in the city, Marina Reservoir. Any fans of Formula 1 race? Okay, that's a pit stop. That's a Formula 1 pit stop. The first F1 race at night on the street circuit is held here in Singapore in the year 2008. Okay, I can tell you stories. I was involved in 4 years. Of course, not as a driver. Okay, so that's Singapore Flyer. Larger than the London Eye, like I said. And Marina Bay Sands Hotel, just at the far end. Thank you. So Singapore is pretty full in the day as well as at night. Very romantic. We even have master plans for lighting in Singapore. If you compare us to Hong Kong, in Hong Kong maybe you find a lot of billboards and all that kind of stuff, but Singapore is a very highly regulated society. The shops cannot put up colorful neon lights the way they like it. So we regulate them. Okay, and the largest fountain in the world, that's in the 1998 Guinness Book of World Records. So if we do the city tour, if there's an opportunity, I'll try to go around for you to admire. Okay? Thank you. And then Singapore is, how big is Singapore in terms of land size? Singapore is an island. We have more than 63 islands scattered to the northeast and to the south. Collectively, the land size of Singapore is, if you know the answer, I'll give you an iPhone 7 Plus. Jet black.
What is it?
What's the size of Singapore? In square kilometers.
3,000.
Much less, right?
Did you say it was 2,000 or 3,000? The lady on the plane told us too. That's crazy.
7 kilometers.
7.5.
East to west. East to west.
Okay.
7.5.
Where I receive you, that is the extreme east. Where we are going tomorrow to the brewery is almost the extreme west.
That's 7 kilometers.
If there's no traffic congestion, within 45 minutes you'll be out of Singapore and into our neighboring country, Malaysia.
Wow.
So east to west is 50 kilometers, north to south 26. We have a coastline of 193 kilometers. Singapore 719.2 square kilometers on the world map. Like I said, it's just a miserable dot. One of the ex-foreign minister of Taiwan likened the size of Singapore to a piece of snot. He said Singapore is how disgusting, right? So, it really depends on how you compare, because like if you go to the touristy places, you maybe get a can of Coke at $3. Singapore is definitely less costly than Hong Kong, and compared to Tokyo, we are definitely less expensive. Okay. For a developed country, actually we are just okay. Yeah. We are again talking about that a little later. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, to your left, that is a Bugis Street. Remember I told you about the largest street shopping location? So this is Bugis, and this is the place where you can just hop up a public transport, a bus, and it will bring you here. This is very nice. ERP, by the way, stands for, I can trace the three letters ERP. It stands for electronic road pricing. You have to pay to use the part of the road. Okay, so that's a toll charge. But it's very effective in regulating traffic. Are there anyone here that is pursuing American dream? I asked people soon you're going to see this hospital that got into the Guinness Book of World Record for 10 years. For what reason? It's coming up on your right. It's also the largest specialist hospital in the world. By the way, I've got 3 medical doctors at home. So if you want to understand about the medical landscape, my son, my sister, my brother-in-law, my second son is doing dentistry program. Next year when my son gets married, there'll be another additional doctor in my family. Okay, so to your right, that hospital is known as KK Women and Children's Hospital, so they don't see anybody other than children and women. It got into the Guinness Book of World Record from 1966 to 1976 for having the most number of newborns in a single facility every year. So every year we have like 40,000 newborns in there. I was born there too. Okay, so very famous hospital. So the point letters another K. Passport when you go around?
Do we?
A copy.
Okay, yeah, maybe a copy would be good. Now, things that you buy, that if you're physically bringing out what is my goal that you buy. But the goal is that you have to listen up. 3 things. 1, buy a tax-free agent. How would you know? On the shop front, they'll have a decal that says tax-free. Number 2, you need to buy a minimum of 100 Singapore dollars from the same shop on the same day. Why $100? Because anything lower than that doesn't make it meaningful for you to claim back the 5 to 5.5%. The prevailing tax rate is 7%. This is modeled after the VAT in Europe. We started this program in 1994. In fact, I was one of the few people invited to have a dialogue with the government, to give them our ground view of what this law may benefit or do otherwise. Right now it's 7%, but when you do the tax refund, they give you between 5 and 5.5% because they deduct a small administrative fee. Okay, so the thing is they may ask for your passport. They will probably key in like your name, your passport number, and on the day of departure, you go to the computer area, you do a tax refund. It's a very efficient process, and then you get your money back when you cross the Singapore immigration. Okay, so if you are buying especially big ticket items, I think it helps to get back that tax. If you don't know what to do with the 5 or 5.5%, give that to me. Yeah. So that's my point, that buy free Wi-Fi in the hotel room. You can communicate with each other via Wi-Fi. Otherwise, just pick up the landline, dial a 8, and you can talk to each other, you know, in the room. So the inner room is 8 followed by the room number. Are we good so far?
Yes.
So, the next thing is when you check in,